The All-Star game this year is going to be at Yankee Stadium, the final year of Yankee Stadium, and the estimate by the City of New York is All-Star Game Week will generate an additional $148.8 million for the City of New York, one All-Star game. But more importantly, as the prior speakers have indicated, baseball is part of the fabric of the community. Baseball is a transgenerational game. Grandmothers bring their grandsons to games. Fathers bring their daughters to games. As has been indicated, everyone remembers her or his first Major League Baseball game. And you have a chance today to secure that and ensure that for generations of South Florida fans to come. Millions of South Florida fans, millions of children to have that experience. The favorite part of my job, apart from appearing here before you, is each World Series game, I go around and give out a dozen baseballs to kids in the stands. And the looks on their face create fans for life as they take that one single baseball and bring it home from the World Series. Major League Baseball and the team are committed to the fabric of the community in other ways. The team will hire local labor for the construction and the operation of the stadium, and diversity and inclusion will be an important component of that. Major League Baseball has a diverse business partners program that has been in effect for 10 years on a national level. Over $500 million has been spent with diverse business partners. We were recently honored as one of the 50 most inclusive businesses in the United States. In addition, since 1990, 22 new ballparks or totally renovated ballparks have been built in Major League Baseball. Each of those has served as a destination point, and in many of those, and in virtually every one located within the city's core, as this will be, they have served as catalysts for economic development in the community, creating more jobs and creating more economic opportunity. I would ask that you look at places like Baltimore, Cleveland, Denver, Phoenix, San Diego, Seattle as just the most recent examples of that. In addition, as a sign of our commitment, Major League Baseball's commitment, we are willing to do here in Miami what we have not done in any other market. The first was our involvement in this process throughout. We listened to the community leaders, we listened to the mayor, to the city manager, to the mayor, to the county manager, to the commissioners. We do believe in this market. They were difficult negotiations, but we participated because we want baseball to work in this market. Second, we have sent a letter to the mayors that I've outlined other things Major League Baseball is doing in this project. Number one, we are committed as a league to sustainability. We want this building to be green. And so we are announcing this as our first LEEDS project, and we're willing to commit $1 million in matching funds to the public sector and the team to help obtain LEED certification for this building. Second, we're committed to the youth of this area. You may be familiar with our Reviving Baseball in the Inner City program. It now is in more than 200 cities, involves more than 100,000 kids, including a program here in Miami sponsored by the Marlins that involves more than 300 kids. In fact, the very first player drafted in the first round of the Major League Draft out of the RBI program is a Miami youth, David Espinosa, who was drafted by the Cincinnati Reds. That program will continue and thrive as long as the Marlins continue here in the community. We are working with Mayor Rabina to establish a Major League Baseball Academy in Hialeah, similar to the academy that we have in Compton, California. You again may be familiar with that academy as well. In the 2 years it has operated, it's affected more than 4,000 youth in the LA area. 17 players have already signed professional contracts out of the academy. And this year we are hosting the first Urban Invitational Tournament involving 2 historically black universities, Florida's own Bethune-Cookman from Daytona and Southern University, and UCLA and USC, and those games are going to be televised on ESPN2. That could happen here as well. We are also going to work with the leaders in Homestead to try to do something with the facility in Homestead. Finally, in conclusion, Mr. Chairman, I would say that this is a fair and a fairly negotiated deal involving contributions from all concerned. I indicated that these are difficult decisions. This was a difficult decision for the team as well. The contribution of ownership of the team here is among the highest that have been made in conjunction with any of the stadiums that have been developed in Major League Baseball. In addition to the $155 million, the team is committed to covering all of the cost overruns. The team is committed to putting up $27 million in CapEx expenditures. And the team, I also read today that there was a $94 million expenditure for an affiliated parking garage. That is also true, but the team is committed to buying all of those spots for 35 years at a cost of $4.5 million per year. And if my math is right, that's over $155 million of additional commitment from the team. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the city manager, the city CFO and council, and all of the staff for all of their efforts on behalf of this deal and the courtesy shown Major League Baseball. I appreciate your consideration as well, and I would ask that you approve the deal as drafted and save Major League Baseball for the fans and the children of Florida. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. DePay. Chairman Bruno Barredo, welcome to City Hall. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. It's a pleasure to be here. As previously stated, this has been a very long time coming. We have sat down, all parties involved, for months to try to work on the details. I believe when you see all entities sort of inclined to support it, but they feel that they gave in a little bit too much, I think that means that it's a good deal. And I think that's the feeling from all three parties in this deal, the Marlins, the city, and the county. And I could tell you, for years I was advocating, and as many of you in the city and in the county, the path of least resistance. And I think eventually that became the Orangeville site. And with that, I think we have the ability to set this city and this county and South Florida on the right path to add another amenity to our world-class status. It's not only about culture, about the arts. It's not only about the beaches. It's not only about the great weather, but also I think sports adds a lot to a community and venues that our families and our tourists can enjoy. And I believe we have the ability today to get on that path. I'll be glad to answer any questions, but I'm here to support it, to support the item, and ask you to support it, and we'll move forward. We'll be hearing the item at 1 o'clock in our county.
Thank you very much. I also want to take the opportunity to welcome Commissioner Diaz from the county manager. We'll go ahead and now continue with the order, which is we'll introduce now the Marlins organization. Mr. Sampson, you're recognized for the record.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is David Sampson. I'm proud to be the president of the Miami Marlins as we move forward here today. I want to thank Mayor Diaz and all of the commissioners. I was just reflecting that this is my 5th time in front of you on this issue as well. And I fondly remember the chairman, Commissioner Sanchez, as we celebrated a World Series in 2003, holding up a wonderful sign that said, "If we build it, will you come?" And it reminded me that it's been quite a road to this day. And it is true what they say in the movies, that sometimes dreams can come true for families and for fans. And my greatest memory is not just of that sign in that moment, but it's actually what happened not during the World Series game, but during a regular season game one year when I had the opportunity to talk to a man during a Mets-Marlins game who was wearing a Mike Piazza jersey, and his son was wearing a Marlins jersey. And I remember very clearly what that meant to me that day. It meant that we are only here at the beginning of this process. This is such a very young franchise, and this is the moment where fathers and sons and grandmothers and grandsons can finally emotionally connect with our team forever and create memories not just